Hi everyone. Let's do a famous poem today called The Psalm of Life. Have you heard of it? The Psalm of Life is by H.W. Longfellow. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its head. Act, act in the living present, heart within and God overhead. So you may have noticed that I have written meanings of certain words at the side to help you. Now I will go through the poem again and explain it to you. Tell me not in mournful numbers. Don't tell me in a sad way. So many of you being sad, numbers, many people, that life is but an empty dream. Don't tell me. I don't want so many of you to tell me that life is just a dream, and that too a bad dream, a dream that's empty, a dream that's not fruitful, a dream that does not contain anything useful. For the soul is dead that slumbers. If you want your soul to be alive, you cannot afford to let that happen. Your soul will die if you let it slumber, if you let it sleep. And things are not what they seem. Things are not really what they seem. Life is not a dead thing. It is real. It is earnest. It is sincere. Life is a great thing, not a bad thing, not a mournful, sad thing or an empty dream. No, no, it is real. It is lovely. And the grave is not its goal. So when you live, you don't always think of the grave. You don't always think of death. You don't think of bad things. You think of the lovely, realistic things in front of you. You think of the present, not the future or the past. Dust thou art, to dust returnest was not spoken of the soul. These are famous words, they're taken from the Bible. And dust thou art, to dust returnest means you are dust, you are made of dust. Because according to the Bible, that is how we were created. Humans were created from dust. So he says, dust thou art, and to dust returnest. That means you are made of dust and you're going to return to dust. Where's the dust? In the grave. Now that was not spoken of the soul. Your body might decay there and return to the dust, but not your soul. Your soul will live on. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way. Don't think of enjoyment or sorrow. Both are equally bad or good. It's not something that we should think of as the ultimate goal. It is not the ultimate goal. It is something that we might find along the way. But life is meant to be lived earnestly. It's a real thing, a happy thing. But to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. You have to act like the future is a great place to be, and it's going to take you much farther than you are today in every way. Art is long and time is fleeting. Time waits for no man. It's going to pass fast. You cannot waste time pondering over bad things that have happened in your life, about sad things that may have occurred in your life. You have to move on with life because time's not going to wait for you. And our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating. Funeral marches to the grave. Our hearts may be stout and brave, but they are beating like muffled drums. You know what muffled drums are? Drums that have been covered with a cloth and you can't hear them clearly. So your heart might be beating like that. Funeral marches to the grave. Funerals go to the grave to bury a dead body. But you should not let your heart be like that. You should be brave. In the world's broad field of battle, the world is like a battlefield. Life is like a battlefield. You cannot have it all rosy. It's going to be full of twists and turns. Ugly things will happen in your life. It's like a battlefield. You have to battle. You have to be like a hero. You have to fight it out. You don't just give up when something bad happens or something sad overcomes you. You don't lie down and say that everything is lost. You get up and you fight. In the bivouac of life, that is a temporary camp. So life is like a temporary camp over here. You're not going to live here forever. You're just passing through and you're living here for a while. Be not like dumb driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. There is a strife, there is a struggle, there's a battle to be won. So don't be like dumb cattle that have nothing to say about what's happening. Don't be like cattle that are taken and driven from here to there without any purpose. Like you don't have your own voice and you cannot voice your opinions and you cannot say what you actually want out of life. You can. So stand for what is right and make things happen for you. Trust no future, however pleasant. It may seem to be a very pleasant future, but don't trust it because somewhere along the way things are going to go wrong. That is what life is like. Let the dead past bury its head. Don't even bother about what happened in the past. Bury it. It does not matter to you at all. Some famous words that I once heard were this the past is worth only what it makes of you. Isn't that lovely? Why worry about the past? It's only the effect that it has had on you that is really important. Nothing else matters. It has got you so far and it's going to get you further. Act in the living present. The present is what is most important. You have to live like today is the last day of your life. What would you do if it was the last day of your life? You would live it to the fullest, wouldn't you? So live it like that. Live and act in the present. Heart within and God overhead. And don't forget the Almighty while you are living. You have a heart, you have a soul that's going to get you on, and trust in the Almighty to do the best for you. That's what the poem is all about. And I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you did, do consider subscribing. Until we meet again, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.